Well, the current state of healthcare is stressful. Just as healthcare is stressful for patients receiving it, healthcare is stressful for providers that are in that business. It's a very, very challenging time to be in the healthcare business today. Does Mayo deserve the reputation, the accolades, the brand image, the prestige? And the answer is yes. It's an incredible institution. It's remarkable, and I thought I knew a lot about Mayo when I finished my sabbatical. After all, I basically lived in the institution for 6 months, and I did. But what we learned, my co-author and I, in researching the book, was so much more than I left my sabbatical with. And so I feel I know Mayo Clinic very, very well today. It's really one of America's most remarkable institutions, one of the world's most remarkable institutions. Imagine this is a 140-year-old organization. The Mayo Clinic started in the 1860s. It wasn't called Mayo Clinic then. It was a medical practice, a family medical practice that started in an outpost called Rochester, Minnesota. It's still an unlikely place 140 years later for a major medical mecca. But imagine 140 years ago how unlikely a place it was for the Mayo Clinic to have been born. And for at least 100 of those 140 years, Mayo Clinic has been a world-class brand. And by that I mean that people from all over the world, people in need of care as well as people providing care and wanting to learn, have traveled to the Mayo Clinic to learn, to receive training in the case of clinicians or to receive care. And it's remarkable. How many organizations are there that are 100 years old? Not very many. How many organizations are there that are not only more than 100 years old, that have had a world-class reputation for a century and have not screwed it up? I think that's the most remarkable part of the Mayo Clinic story, is it sustained its reputation. And it really hasn't messed it up. It hasn't gone astray. It hasn't gotten into trouble. It hasn't been the subject of negative headlines in the way that some other major healthcare institutions have. And it works very hard at protecting its brand. It works very hard at defending its reputation. Within Mayo Clinic, the reputation is kind of like the crown jewels. It's kind of like protecting the honor of the family name. People there really take that seriously. And that's one of the great lessons that our book teaches to managers in general, not just healthcare people, but managers in general, is not just the lesson of building a brand, but the lesson of protecting it, defending it, cultivating it through the years, through the decades.